Thank you for joining us here. I'm Edie Lambert.
And I'm Golston Dart. We're going to start with a story that has shocked the nation. New charges filed against Matthew Muller, the man convicted of kidnapping Denise Huskins in Vallejo 10 years ago. KCRA 3's Michelle Bandor sat down with the woman who Denise says saved her.
It's what American Nightmare survivors Denise and Aaron Quinn have fought so hard for.
We are so grateful to have found a team in law enforcement who respects us, who values us as victims, and is willing to work with us and collaborate with us.
To be valued by law enforcement instead of vilified.
It was Denise and Aaron that lit the flame that started so many things in motion.
The couple has been instrumental in getting confessions from their attacker Matthew Muller in a half a dozen other crimes, many committed before their 2015 ordeal.
I really believe that this is just the tip of the iceberg.
To be honest, it's not surprising. He is a calculated criminal.
Lieutenant Misty Caruso was the first person with a badge to believe the Quinns.
To know that
Good afternoon, everyone.
victims got vindicated and got their justice is probably the greatest thing that you could ever ask for as a law enforcement officer.
Caruso's keen detective work outlined in the popular Netflix documentary American Nightmare.
My girlfriend, me, got kidnapped last night.
This is just like some of the stuff that we found in the back of in the trunk of the vehicle.
Pictures take her back to 2015 and the case that changed her career.
Mr. Quinn and Ms. Huskins has plundered valuable resources away from our community and has taken the focus away from the true victims of our community.
Vallejo police publicly condemned the victims
It is Mr. Quinn and Ms. Huskins that owes this community an apology.
for what they said was orchestrating a hoax, faking the story of Denise's abduction, of both being tied up, forced to wear black swim goggles with duct tape, and drugged in the middle of the night. Denise showed up 2 days later, hundreds of miles away at her father's home in Huntington Beach.
The interesting part about this case and why it affected me so much was because nobody believed her.
At the time, Caruso was working with Dublin police investigating a break-in and attempted sexual assault. A cell phone left behind by the suspect led Caruso to South Lake Tahoe and a remote cabin tucked away in the woods. She secured a search warrant, her first case as a detective.
The more you looked into what was inside of the house, the more creeped out I got.
And outside the cabin, a stolen white Mustang with clues to crimes, navigation to a Huntington Beach address, the home of Denise's father. And inside the trunk, a nylon belt, black swim goggles with duct tape over them, and
I saw this blonde hair, just one blonde hair, it was so random, stuck to it.
Caruso knew the victim in her investigation had dark hair.
You get the hair on the back of your neck that stands up and you're thinking, oh my God, who does this hair belong to and are they okay? Was my initial reaction.
The rightful owner of the stolen Mustang mentioned Denise's case to Caruso.
Your heart stopped. You were just like, but then you read other articles and you watch other video where they're calling her a liar.
Caruso snapped this picture of Matthew Muller during his arrest, and investigators eventually tying him not only to the Dublin case, but also the Quinns.
I just can't even imagine how she must feel or how all the other victims feel out there that weren't believed.
4 months after Caruso stepped in that Tahoe cabin, and 7 months after Denise and Aaron were kidnapped, Muller was indicted.
I just hope that we have all learned what we could do better in these types of instances.
3 years later, she would eventually meet Denise and Aaron, their stories forever tied together.
I could validate everything that she had seen, smelt, heard, all of it. So it was pretty intense, and I think we both needed that.
Now together, the Quinns and Caruso share their story with law enforcement agencies.
My advice is to always lead with your heart. And if something doesn't feel right, then go with your gut instinct.
Trying to make sure victims are believed.
A lot of women are still hurting about their experiences with law enforcement and coming forward.
The biggest thanks Caruso received comes from Denise and Aaron, who wrote an acknowledgement in their book, Victim F.
When we thought all hope was lost and our lives as we knew them were shattered, you stepped in and saved us.
Together, they're trying to save the other victims Mueller terrorized and wake up once and for all from this American nightmare.
It's so heartwarming to know that. I mean, I wish I could hug them all, but that they're going to find peace, because that's all we ever want. We want to live in peace, and I really hope that they get that one day.
Michelle Bandor, KCRA.